si Kuya Joey po isa sa pinaka-humble na nakatrabaho kong artista. Kaya
Singit mo na yung pinaka-handsome.
pinaka-handsome. Humble, handsome. Ano po tingin niyo ang biggest misconception ng tao pag sinabing Joey Marquez?
Playboy. Babaero. Sabi ko nga, sige, tanggalin natin babaero. Would you rather be tawagin akong lalakero?
16 po ang anak ni Kuya Joey.
Hindi ako nanganak eh. Sila eh.
Ang hindi namin makakalimutang issue was the Chris Aquino
Oh yes,
controversy.
yes.
Grabe
Sobra yun.
yun. Na-experience niyo din lahat ng klase ng controversy.
Oo, nademanda pa nga ako eh. People will only remember what you are accused of, but they will never even bothered na kung yung in-accuse sa'yo tatama o to mali.
Pag nakikita ko din po kayo, naalala ko daddy ko.
Ganon.
Eh kasi favorite niya yung palibasa, lalaki.
Ayun nga pala. I remember the last time pumunta ako sa bahay niya, di ba?
Yes, pumunta kayo sa bahay namin. Kilig na
tama,
kilig
tama.
ang daddy ko kasi
Tama.
nung bata kami, hindi niya pinapalampas yung palibasa, lalaki. Pero binabasa ko yung story niyo. Hindi pala kayo ang original, dapat.
Hindi.
Ang
Nataon
original cast ng palibasa, lalaki, Richard,
Miguel, Gabi Concepcion.
Gabi Concepcion. Siya pala ang original ng
Totoo.
palibasa,
Eh,
lalaki.
hindi dumating si Gabi. Naghanap sila ng kamukha ni Gabi.
Sa looks.
The look. Hindi, I was just in the right time, right place.
Paano po kayo napili sa palibasa nung time na yun?
Wala kasi they have to shoot eh. Ano na, kumbaga pilot ng taping. So I went with Richard para manood lang. Kasi me and Richard usually goes together. Wherever he goes, sumasama ako sa kanya.
Matagal na kayong close ni
Oo.
Kuya Richard.
Even the time nagbabasketball pa ako. Tapos sabi ni nga ni Mr. M, eh kulang sila ng isa. They have to shoot the taping. So ito, basketball player to. I was playing with Ginebra then. Gusto mo? You know what I asked him? Ano? Hindi yung mahirap ba? Hindi. Tinanong ko sa kanya, magkano po?
Para mapayes.
Sabi niya, 1.5. Call, sabi ko.
Nung time na yun?
Oo, malaki na yung
Anong
1.5.
year ang palibasa, lalaki?
87, something like that.
86, 87, tapos tumagal siya hanggang 90.
13 years 12, 13 years. So ako naman, mahilig ako sa adlib eh. Kasi sabi ko, is this a comedy naman? Kailangan adlib. Adlib ako na adlib.
Kaya sumikat din ang palibasa dahil yung mga adlib nyo, personal!
Oo.
Personal jokes!
Personal joke yun.
Kayo nagpasimula nun, di ba?
Oo, at saka yung mga hindi normal na ginagawa sa taping, ginagawa namin doon. May kamay na lumalabas. may
Prank!
oo.
Pinaprank nyo yung mga guests! Oh, pag pumasok na yung comedy nyo, doon yung nawiwi ng mga babae.
Oo.
Doon kayo kilala eh.
Alam mo yung tatlong golden rule? Ngayon ko lang i-share sa'yo. Sana
Okay, ano ang tatlong golden rule?
Number 1, the guy must have an abundance of sense of humor. 2, he has the maturity. 3, the security. Then, talo mo lahat ng pogi.
Kaya merong mga babae na sobrang ganda tapos yung boyfriend, di ba?
Yes.
Bakit niya naging boyfriend yun?
Kasi nagtataka nga, di ba?
Na-provide siguro yung tatlong yun. Kaya nakakakuha
lalo na yung sense of humor. Pag napapatawa mo yung babae, nagiging relax yun.
Kaya po ba pag komedyante, minsan nalilabel babaero?
Hindi, drama na ako yun.
Nung nag-mature in life, dramatic actor na ako.
Medyo nasobra na ako.
Pinagdaanan ko na yan. Oo. 16 po ang anak ni Kuya Joey.
Oo.
Grabe,
Pero sabi nga
16
nila,
kids.
Hindi ako nanganak eh. Sila eh.
Pero grabe yun, parang talagang 16 kids.
Yeah, I have to adopted na.
Una pala kayo naging ama, 15 years old.
15 years old. And the mother is, I think, almost 30 years old. 29, 30.
Nung time na yun?
First ko yun eh. I was just told na, you're the father. Eh tapos sabi nga ng ate ko na was staying with my sister. Pumunta yung babae, sabi niya, hindi ko ba alam, minor pa tong kapatid ko? Parang gano'n. Till I reached the right age, then ako na mismo naghanap sa bata.
Parang doon na nagkaroon ng realization.
That was my first.
Tapos, paano po kayo naging basketball player?
Dahil during that time sa province kasi ako lumaki. I was the tallest. I was about 5'11". So, hindi pa ako marunong mag-basketball noon. Ang alam ko lang tumalon. So, since I jumped very high, sabi ni coach namin, halika, gawin kitang junior team. Siyang gagawin mo, talong ka lang talong, rebound ka lang rebound. Hanggang na-practice ako.
Tapos narinig ko naging Howie Boys kayo. Paano kayo naging Howie Boys?
Okay.
Howie Boys is ganyan na yung
Yung tagabantay.
tagabantay sa pag may sikat na artista.
Kay William Martinez. Di ba?
Pick ni William Martinez.
Oo, yung mga bagets days niya.
Bagets days.
Sumasama
Paano kayo
kami.
naging Howie Boys?
Kasi we have the same managers eh. Pag may affair si William, sinasama kami.
Di pa kayo artista nun?
Hindi pa. Ano lang kami noon, mga Howie Boys.
Howie Boys.
O mga sabit.
Yung unang labas nyo sa TV, Palibasa Lalaki na.
Palibasa lalaki.
Tapos from there, nagsunod-sunod.
Sunod-sunod na.
Mas na-enjoy nyo ang pag-aartista.
Mas na-enjoy ako kasi at that time, parang we're not working, parang reunion namin parati.
Parang naglalaro lang.
Oo.
Tapos yung trabaho nyo, pakasama yung mga kaibigan nyo.
Oh, kasi sabi nga nila, sarap kumita dun sa pinag-i-enjoyan mo.
Parang hindi ka nagtatrabaho.
Parang hindi ka nagtatrabaho.
When you love what you do, parang you're not working.
You're not working.
So eventually, si John Estrada, sa huli na lang pumasok?
Pumasok na si John nung may nangyari na kay Miguel. Siya na yung huli.
Yun na yung barkadahan na napapanood namin
Kasi
sa
yung comedy
television.
nung araw iba eh. Yung bang you have the free will to do whatever you want na walang ma-offend. Kasi it's a comedy, period. Eh today, medyo may konting organization ay na
Iba na ang generation ngayon.
iba na.
Iba na rin ang comedy ngayon.
Iba na.
Parang may boundary na.
You have to be very careful.
Paano pumasok yung politics?
Luigi Santos, nung basket nag-artista na ako, was my ninong. Tapos nakikita niya sa akin kasi I love people eh. I love talking to them. So napansin niya, why don't you join politics? Sabi sa akin. Oh, what will I do in politics? I don't know anything. No, just run for vice mayor. Sabi ko, no. Then I just found out, pinahil niya pala ako ng kandidacy, hindi ko alam. And one day, I woke up in the morning, a friend of mine told me, oy, candidate ka pala. Bakit? Nagpa-file.
Sa Parañaque na to.
Parañaque. No, naka-file ka. Si secretary nag-file sa'yo. Vice Mayor. So sabi ko, well, let's try it. And then when I woke up on the election day,
You
lahat sila nagpupuntahan sa akin, you won by a landslide. 5-1.
Yun na yun.
So that started my responsibility to study well, know the law, and to how to act as a head of the legislative department.
So
Bakit
under
ako?
your term, naging city ang Parañaque.
Yes.
Anong year po naging city ang Parañaque?
97 nata.
97.
Then I was the mayor na.
Yes, kasi ang naalala ko rin pag nagpapalibasa kayo, ang tawag sa inyong mayor.
Mayor na.
Mayor! At saka nung nakatrabaho ko si Kuya Joey sa Lagot Ka, isusumbong kita. Mayor din ang tawag sa inyo.
Doon tayo
Kita.
nun.
Yes. Na-experience niyo din lahat ng klase ng controversy.
Oo, nadimanda pa nga ako eh. That time I remembered na it's very dangerous to be right in a wrong government. Kasi pagkakaisahan ka eh. O kaya sisirain ka kahit na malit na bagay.
3-term po kayo naging mayor, di ba?
3 terms, that's 9 years.
Yeah.
Tapos, up to date, I have this still thinking na, nga, ba't ganun sa politika? People will only remember what you are accused of, but they will never even bothered na kung yung in-accuse sa'yo tatama o to mali.
Kung ikukumpara nyo, pag-artista at politics, mas mahirap.
Pag-artista ako, ang gusto ko.
Parang that was a season in your life
Yes,
that you were in government.
Yes.
Para sa aming mga millennials, ang pinaka hindi namin makakalimutang issue was the Chris Aquino
Oh, yes.
controversy.
Oh, yes.
Grabe
Sobra
yun.
yun.
Ume-ere sa ABS, tapos nag-live feed din ng GMA.
Tama.
Ano nyo naman?
Tama.
Statement nyo
Tama,
naman.
tama.
Yun yung time na lahat ng tao nakatutok sa TV. Anong nangyayari?
Yeah,
Kasi may
kaya
revelation
nga.
sa Channel 2. Tapos kayo naman. Paano nyo na-handle yung era na yun? Yung season na yun?
In the title call ka lang. Meron kasi akong side thinking na ang lalaki hindi mananalo sa babae. Never. The only time na babae matatalo, pag yung anak na nagsasalita. Pero ang lalaki, as a gentleman, just keep quiet.
Pero how did it change you? Yung,
A lot.
Yung issue na yun.
A lot. Siyempre, sabi ko nga, you have to be really very careful. Choose who you be with, at saka put a distance to whatever it is. At saka, if you have secret, keep it to yourself. Kasi sometimes your worst enemy is your best friend.
Ano ang mga natutunan nyo when it comes to relationship bilang isang lalaki?
Ang first siguro
Kasi kanina binigyan nyo po kami ng 3. 3 golden rule ng
mamaster mo
babae.
ng tatlo.
Oo. Pero sa marriage, kasi napagdaanan nyo yan. You've been married, then nahiwalay,
Yes.
and then you got into a relationship.
Yes.
So, ano po ang natutunan nyo when it comes to relationship?
I don't know if it will sound bad to me or to whoever makakaparinig. Pero kasi sabi ko, I'm just being practical right now. Sabi ko, marriage is just a piece of paper that you sign, but it doesn't guarantee you live with them forever. It's the commitment that counts. The respect that counts.
Why do you think marriages fail?
It's because sometimes marriage is done by convenience.
When you say it's by convenience, ano po yun?
Siyempre, yung security ng babae, yung status mo. Alam mo kasi, ang pinakamahirap sa lalaki, yung di na kaya mag-provide. They lose respect. I don't know. Sa akin lang naman yung mga regality iba. Kaya to me, dapat, pagka pumasok sa ganyan, kaya mo. Panindigan mo. Dahil ikaw ang dapat provider.
Ano po tingin nyo ang biggest misconception ng tao pag sinabing Joey Marquez?
Playboy. Babaero. Sabi ko nga, sige, tatanggalin natin babaero. Would you rather be tawagin akong lalakero?
Yun nga naririnig namin pagka Joey Marquez, matinik sa mga babae. Kahit sa palibasa lalaki, yan ang mga joke nila sa inyo.
Hindi naman. Let's just put it this way. I just like to have a lot of options.
Sobrang dami niyong option.
Oo nga, di ba?
Tignan nyo, 16 tuloy anak nyo.
Ano yan eh. Blessing niya, ika nga. And the responsibility of having many kids, you have to be there always and make sure that everybody has a good future.
Sa mga anak ninyo, pag meron kayong isang golden rule na tinuturo sa kanila, ano yun?
Be responsible. Especially to your children. I have no moral ascendancy teaching you how to be a good husband. But I have all the moral ascendancy to tell you that to be a good father.
Did you experience having a good father?
I learned a lot from him. Ang mother ko kasi, not a single word na siniraan ng tatay ko. That's why I so much respect with my mom. Never niya siniraan. Sabi ko, sana ganun tayo, lahat ng naghihiwalay. Kasi naapektuhan yung mga bata eh. Di ba merong nag-awa-away, sisiraan yung tatay para sa nanay lang, para sa magaling, tanay daw, nagsiraan ng nanay para sa lang magaling. That is one thing, how to destroy children.
Yung nanay nyo, hindi yun ginawa sa inyo. Kasi ngayon ko lang din nalaman na yung tatay nyo pala, yung sikat na direktor na si Artemio Marquez Sr. Paano nyo de-describe yung relationship nyo sa kanya?
We have a very casual relationship.
Hindi close?
Not really very close, but the respect is there. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, siguro, if that thing did not happen, I could have not been here right now. Kasi baka kung nag-spoiled ako na baka bam ako ngayon.
So, hindi siya naging present father when you were growing up?
Hindi naman. But it's not an excuse. Kasi marami mga tao ngayon, ginagawang excuse yun. Kaya ako naging bam kasi hiwalay. It's a choice. It's always a choice. Kaya sa akin, sabi ko, don't give me that crap na you have a broken family, kaya ka naging ganyan. To me, I'd rather have a broken family than to live in a broken family.
Do you have any regrets in your life?
I could have been a singer.
Singer pala.
Pero hindi, kasi ibang mentality ko sa regrets eh. I am thinking my mistakes for me to know what's right. Sometimes you have to be wrong to be right eh.
The biggest mistake you ever committed?
Probably, I could have done more in my first family. Siyempre, sabi ko nga, among our peers, sa mga lalaki, kahit anong mali ng babae, ikaw na umamin. Kasi my peers will always forgive me. Being a gentleman.
One thing that you learned naman in the industry of
To
entertainment?
able to make it and to last, you have to have the abundance of humility and respect,
Totoo po yan.
professionalism.
Totoo po yan kasi nung nakatrabaho ko si Kuya Joey sa Lagot Kay Susumbong Kita, sobra akong kinakabahan kasi nga akalakihan kong pinapanood siya sa Palibasa Lalaki. So nahiya akong i-approach sila. Pero si Kuya Joey po isa sa pinaka-humble na nakatrabaho kong artista. Kaya
Singit mo na yung pinaka-handsome.
pinaka-handsome. Humble, handsome, na nakatrabaho artista. Na-realize ko kung sino yung pinakamatagal sa industriya, sila yung pinaka-humble pag namit
Totoo
mo.
yan.
So,
Doon ka tatagal eh.
what made you say yes to doing the film I'm Perfect?
One is personal reason. I have
Kasi kakaiba yung concept niya.
meron din kasi akong anak na isa eh. In fact, sabi ko nga, maraming hindi nakakaalam nun. But I'm very proud of my daughter. She's about 32 years old na. And she's okay. To me, she's very normal. Kaya lang perception ng ibang tao, iba. I'd like to change that. And with the movie, nung nakikita ko, first sabi ko, Sylvia, baka mahirapan tayo. Kasi alam mo, drama to. Bigla na lang umiyak, na tumatawa. Sabi na, you try it. Alam mo, with those hesitation that I have on the first time na nag-film movie, nag-take kami, I cried. Sabi ko, it was a big mistake on my part. Magagaling pala sila. To me, they are more normal than us.
Ba't kayo naiyak?
Ay, kasi ano yun yung mga perception sa kanila iba eh. I'd like to tell everybody that these are normal kids. Treat them as one of yours. And huwag niyong pagtawanan, huwag niyong i-doubt. Kasi that is what I felt before. Now, I'm so guilty about it. Sabi ko, I'd like to help them.
Pag pinanood nila yung pelikula, ano yung mararamdaman nila?
Yung mga perception nila mali. Number 2, ang gagaling nila. Sobrang galing nila. Ay, alam mo, kung ako judge lang siguro, not being biased, to me, they're the best actor and actresses. Kaya nga,
They memorize their lines?
oh yeah, may line sila ganyan kalalaki. Oh.
Memorize nila?
Oh,
Blocking?
oh. At saka alam mo, kagandahan sa kanila minsan. Alam mo, there are times na minsan pagod na sila. They'll just sit down. To rejuvenate them again, you have to play music na mabilis. They stand up and they dance. And they dance, ikaw na naman kami.
Parang ito rin yung first movie na may ganitong concept.
Kaya nga,
In the
something
Philippines?
new. It's something new. I think even international, they're talking about it. Kasi
Yeah.
this is a chance na first time that the cinema is giving a chance to these children to be part of the movie industries and at the same time show us na they are normal as us.
They are capable.
They're more capable at us.
More capable. And it's possible.
Possible.
Possible for them. This could be an opening also of a window
Yes.
of opportunity for others.
Yes.
Diba? Pag nakita nila that, oh, nagawa nila,
Oo.
pwede
oo.
rin namin gawin.
Pwede nang gawin.
The movie is about,
It's about a person na, alam mo na yung tinatago yung may anak na ganon, kasi baka ikahiya sa society. Yung isa naman na parating doubt na hindi makayang gawin. I have the part there na takot na nagkaroon ng anak ng ganon.
ang role niyo po sa pelikula,
As a father of the... Kaya nga yung damdamin ko sobra eh.
sobrang raw. Sobrang
Parang
natural.
naiiyak ka talaga. Maiiyak na nga ako eh.
Oh, kasi parang close to home.
Yes, close to home. I just want to give the viewers a warning. Don't bring handkerchief. Bring a towel.
Kasi nga, grabe.
Ah.
Eh kayo naman, after nyo pong gawin ang pelikula, what is something that you have learned about yourself? Kasi bawat proyekto may
Be
natututunan tayo.
thankful that God gave us what we have right now. Be appreciative to what we have, less or more, and share the blessing.
Coming from you who have experienced a lot in life,
Yes.
di ba? The highs and lows.
Mhm.
kahit anong stage ng buhay.
Sabi nga nila, don't just believe on somebody who read the book. Believe on somebody who's been there.
Yes, kami. I believe you kasi ang dami nyo na pong napagdaanan. Ang dami napagdaanan, pero nalampasan.
Nalampas na lahat.
Oo, pero tuloy lang ang laban.
Tuloy lang laban. You haven't aged. Akala ko pa 16 years old ka pa rin hanggang ngayon.
16 ako nung, 16, 17 ako
Kaya
nung nakatrabaho ko
nga.
po
Kaya
kayo.
never change.
Kayo din.
Ako?
Nung nakita ko yung age nyo.
Sobra.
Uy, grabe!
Alam mo, dalawa pa lang nasasabi sa akin ng pogi ako.
Sino?
Ikaw at saka nanay ko.
Kaya ako po kayo, kaya poging-pogi ako kay Kuya Joey kasi kamukha kayo ng tatay ko. Lagi ko
Tama.
sinasabi.
Tama. Thanks, Dad.
Naalala ko po tatay ko sa inyo kasi idol na idol po kayo ng tatay
Thank you,
ko.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuya Joey.
Thank you rin, Tony.
Congratulations on the movie.
Yes.
And I hope yung ating mga manonood, they will be open
Kaya nga. Kaya
to
nga.
watching a movie like this that will enlighten us, give us hope, make us feel kilig.
Yes.
And congratulations on this concept.
Let's give them a chance.
Yes, let's give the movie a chance this Christmas.
Yes.
In celebration of our 5th year anniversary, 5 lucky Tony Talks viewers will each take home an iPhone 17! Make sure nakafollow kayo sa aming social media pages for updates on how to join.